But we did hear a little bit about Bill Belichick this week from ESPN. A whole piece kind of detailing his job hunt back in January and February and how he ended up without a job. And obviously the big takeaway for a lot of fans, we'll start with what the big takeaway was for a lot of fans. And I don't think this was intended to be the headline like it was always going to be.
Mm-hmm.
That Robert Kraft maybe called Arthur Blank and I don't want to say warned him about Belichick, but didn't give the most flattering review. And the Patriots have pushed back on that. In the piece, Patriots representatives quoting saying that wasn't the case. And, maybe Robert Kraft vented to Arthur Blank in the past about Bill Belichick, but certainly not as long as Belichick was vying for a job at the Falcons. What did you make of all that?
I mean, it's shocking, not shocking, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Look, I mean, if you're gonna hire a guy at any job and you know where he's worked for the past 20 years, who he's worked for, you're one of the owners, one of your colleagues, buddies, friends, whatever, business partner, whatever you want to call it, of course you're gonna ask him. And you're gonna ask, man, with all the success you guys had, how come it didn't work? Why is he even available? Why is he gone? And Kraft, maybe I don't know what he said, but he probably had to tell him, look, man, it didn't work out. This happened, that happened. We didn't get along with this. He's gonna want to do this, that, and whatever. And then Blank made his decision. But I don't know what people was expecting Kraft to say to Arthur Blank that Blank really didn't already know. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, these guys have been talking to each other for years. They go to meetings together. They hang out. They do stuff off season together, and they got each other on speed dial and everything else. So I'm pretty sure they've talked in the past about it. But I'm basically, I think every other owner called Robert Kraft and said, "Man, how come it didn't work? What happened with you and Bill?" And he had to let them know this was the deal. So I think the only shocking thing is that it got out and we found out about it. But I'm not surprised that he said something that could have thrown him off in hiring Bill Belichick.
I also know it says in there that was maybe like the driving reason Bill didn't get the job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They also talk about how there was a straw poll with other top Falcons executives and they all picked their top 3 choices and Bill wasn't on anybody's list.
Mm-hmm.
Did Robert call all the other Falcons front office guys too, right? I just think there was a lot in there that we had speculated. He's older. He's going to want complete control for what's probably a 2-year window. Like around the league, not just the Falcons, you kind of got the idea why teams weren't super eager to work with him. I get it. Now, I'm surprised he didn't get a job. I would think at least one team, especially like Dallas or Philly, would just be like, you know what? Is this a good long-term move? No. But for Super Bowl, screw it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say most of what was in there didn't surprise me. I feel like it's stuff that's been talked about quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's no secret to there's literally a documentary on Apple TV that talks about the issues with them. I mean,
that documentary is what it is, but yes, good.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean, the information has been out there for years about Bill Belichick and his back and forth with Robert Kraft. It's well documented. I mean, it is enough out there to know, but they stayed together for so long, so I'm pretty sure people did reach out. And like you said, I just thought there was going to be an owner out there that was so desperate that he would have done it. Now, there might have been teams that weren't that good, and Belichick was probably like, "Man, I'm not even picking up the phone if they ask me."
I think there could have been some of that too.
Yeah, there's the other side of it. Bill didn't want to go to some situations, so I think if he was open to coach for every team in the league, he'd have a job right now. But I think he had his couple. And then when things didn't work out, he said, all right, I'm good. I'll go do some stuff for ESPN right now. And if you change your mind, give me a call. But I don't think there's anything he could have said to Arthur Blank that Arthur Blank didn't already really know. He just probably gave a little more detail to it. But, I mean, come on. And these are the same owners that got together and tried to bury the guy when it was Spygate and Deflategate and every other thing that came along. So they know about Bill Belichick and how he gets down.